You ever see a picture and think, that has to be fake? Well, I want to show you places so strange you'd swear they were CGI. But every single one of them is real. Let's start in Antarctica, a frozen desert of endless white. But in one spot, the ice looks like it's bleeding. It's called blood falls. Imagine hiking across nothing but snow and ice, and suddenly, red water gushes from the side of a glacier like the Earth itself has a wound. When explorers first found it, people thought it was a bad omen, like the land was cursed. Later, scientists discovered the truth. It's iron-rich water that's been sealed underground for thousands of years. But when you see it, you don't think science, you think horror movie. From ice, we go straight to fire. In Turkmenistan, there's a giant pit that's been burning for more than 50 years. They call it the door to hell. Back in the 1970s, scientists were drilling for gas. The ground collapsed, leaving a huge crater. They set it on fire, thinking it would burn out in a week. But it never stopped. To this day, flames roar from the pit, and at night, it glows across the desert. Imagine camping nearby, the heat on your face, the sound of fire rushing like the world's biggest blowtorch. Now to Tanzania, and a lake straight out of a nightmare. Lake Natron. The water here is bright red, filled with chemicals so harsh they preserve anything that dies in it. Birds that land on the surface sometimes don't fly away. Instead, they're left behind as stone-like statues. Locals tell eerie stories about spirits guarding the lake. And yet, it's also home to thousands of flamingos that thrive there, turning death into life in one of the strangest scenes on Earth. Let's head up to Bolivia, high in the Andes Mountains, where the ground itself becomes a mirror. Salar de Uyuni, the largest salt flat in the world. After a rain, the entire surface reflects the sky perfectly. Imagine standing there, you look down, and you see clouds at your feet. You walk, and it feels like you're floating through the heavens. Photographers travel from all over the world just to capture the illusion of walking in the sky. Off the coast of Yemen sits Socotra Island, a place that looks like it was pulled from science fiction. The dragon blood trees spread their branches like giant umbrellas, and their red sap oozes when cut, looking like blood. For centuries, sailors believed the island held magical powers. Today, walking through Socotra feels like stepping off Earth and onto another planet. It's alien, eerie, and stunning. Now, let's move to Turkey, where the ground looks frozen but it's warm to the touch. Pamukkale. Picture white terraces that look like giant frozen waterfalls. But they're not ice. They're mineral deposits left by hot springs. For thousands of years, people have soaked in the warm pools, believing the waters could heal sickness. Imagine relaxing in a natural spa, surrounded by landscapes that look carved out of marble. From Turkey, we go underground to New Zealand. The Waitomo glowworm caves. Inside, thousands of tiny glowworms light up the ceilings, turning pitch darkness into a starry sky. Imagine drifting on a boat in silence, the only light coming from glowing creatures above your head. For a moment, it feels like you're floating through space, except it's all happening underground. In Belize, out in the Caribbean Sea, lies the Great Blue Hole. From above, it's a perfect dark circle in the ocean, almost 1,000 feet across and over 400 feet deep. Divers describe it as dropping into another world. The deeper you go, the darker and stranger it gets. From the sky, it looks like the ocean has an eye staring right back at you. Now to Canada, where a small lake turns into a canvas every summer. Spotted Lake. As the hot sun evaporates the water, colorful circles of minerals appear. Yellows, greens, and blues spread across the surface. Imagine looking down at a giant polka-dotted lake. Locals once believed it had magical healing powers. Today, it still looks like nature itself spilled paint on the land. And finally, Venezuela, where one of the most mysterious mountains rises out of the jungle. Mount Roraima. A massive, flat-topped giant that looks like it's floating above the clouds. Its cliffs rise sheer on all sides, cutting it off from the world below. Writers believe this mountain inspired the Lost World, and when you see it, you understand why. Standing on top, it feels like you've stepped into another time. So there you have it, 10 places that don't look real, but are. From red waterfalls in Antarctica to burning pits of fire, glowing caves, and floating mountains. They remind us that Earth isn't boring. It's stranger, scarier, and more beautiful than anything we could ever imagine.